Have you ever felt like the story was already written and the ending was not going to be good? We've all had those moments where the diagnosis, the financial trouble, or the family crisis seems utterly final. We feel doomed and that our sorrow is permanent. The Jewish festival of Purim celebrates the greatest plot twist in history. The story, from the Book of Esther, is a high-stakes political thriller. A young Jewish orphan named Esther becomes the queen of Persia, hiding her identity at the request of her cousin, Mordecai. When the king's arrogant advisor Haman is offended by Mordecai, he plots to completely annihilate the entire Jewish people. The date for this genocide is set by casting lots, called Pur. With everything on the line, Esther risks her life to approach the king, expose Haman's evil plan, and save her people. In a stunning reversal, Haman is executed on the very gallows he built for Mordecai, and the Jews are given the right to defend themselves, turning their day of planned mourning into a day of victory. The command to celebrate this day is found in the Book of Esther. In chapter 9 we read,
"And Mordecai recorded these things and sent letters to all the Jews who were in all the provinces of King Ahasuerus, both near and far, obliging them to keep the 14th day of the month Adar, and also the 15th day of the same, year by year, as the days on which the Jews got rest from their enemies, and as the month that had been turned for them from sorrow into gladness, and from mourning into a holiday, that they should make them days of feasting and gladness, days for sending gifts of food to one another and gifts to the poor."
Here is the theological insight. God is sovereign even when he is silent. The Book of Esther is famous for one thing. It never once mentions the name of God, and yet his fingerprints are all over the story. Think of the coincidences. A Jewish orphan just happens to become queen. Her uncle Mordecai just happens to overhear an assassination plot. The king just happens to have a sleepless night and asks for the royal chronicles to be read, hearing of Mordecai's loyalty at the exact moment the villain Haman is in the courtyard to ask for his execution. This is the central lesson of Purim. God's providence is not always loud. He doesn't always part the sea. More often, he works behind the scenes, weaving together the choices and even the schemes of human beings to bring about his ultimate plan of salvation. He turns the plot of the enemy back on itself. This is a deep comfort. We've lived long enough to know that life is full of seasons where God feels distant. But Purim teaches us that God's silence is not his absence. He is working in the sleepless nights, the chance encounters, and the hallways of power to turn our sorrow into gladness. So, here is your exhortation for today, taken directly from the scripture. Participate in God's great reversal. The command is to give gifts of food to one another and gifts to the poor. This week, identify one person who is in a season of sorrow. Be God's hidden hand of providence for them. Send them an unexpected gift of food, a meal, or a care package, and give a generous gift to someone in need. Be the one who helps turn someone's day from mourning into a holiday.